An outrageous and shocking video of now Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene showing up at the House of Representatives in February of 2019, going to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's office and shouting outrageous things through the mail slot in the door has been found and published. The video has since been deleted, and it really starts to tell a bigger story about the obsessive, almost stalker-like harassment of AOC by Marjorie Taylor Greene. And the reason that this is again in the news is that Marjorie Taylor Greene confronted Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez again outside the House chamber last week. And it has people talking about, is this criminal? Is this rising to the point of being stalking in some sense? And all sorts of other questions. We now have to add to this a new video, which shows a longer pattern of this ridiculous behavior. Check out the first part of the video.
You want to talk to Crazy Ocasio? You come to this little thing and you open it up and you whisper into her.
Session.
This is confession. This is Ocasio confession right here.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I'm an American citizen. I pay your salary through the taxes that you collect from me through the IRS because I'm a tax-paying citizen of the United States. I'm a woman. I'm a female business owner.
So that you really understand the optics, if you're just listening on the radio or to the audio podcast. In the video, Marjorie Taylor Greene is bent over at the waist, speaking through the mail slot on AOC's door. I'm a woman and I'm a female. This woman is really disgusting. I mean, just a vile, vile person. Let's keep watching.
And I'm proud to be an American woman. And I do not support your socialist policies, and I do not support your murderous abortion policies. As a mother of 3 children, I'm appalled at New York's law for abortion, and it needs to end, and it needs to stop now. You're bringing God's judgment on our country, and I'm against it, as well as my friends.
Now, I have to break in for a moment. Not that any of this makes sense, but how is New York state abortion policy related to AOC? AOC lived in New York. And worked in jobs that had nothing to do with policy. And then she was elected a member of Congress representing New York and Washington, D.C. federally. The federal government doesn't decide state law on abortion in New York. You would think Marjorie Taylor Greene might know that since she's about states' rights. Let's continue.
So you need to stop being a baby and stop locking your door and come out and face the American citizens that you serve. If you want to be a big girl, you need to get rid of your diaper and come out and be able to talk to the American citizens.
Putting aside that Marjorie Taylor Greene is a congresswoman, this kind of behavior, take off your diaper, this kind of behavior is humiliating and embarrassing for any adult to be seen doing. But it's not just a random person. It happens to be someone who's now a member of Congress herself, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, there's another aspect to this. Friday, AOC told reporters that Greene is, quote, deeply unwell and clearly needs help. And her kind of fixation has lasted for several years now. This is something that remains difficult because on the one hand, you see that video of Marjorie Taylor Greene and you see her speeches and her behavior and the way she speaks and looks at people. It's sort of obvious that she's unwell. There does seem to be a mental illness component here. But in addition to that, she's a radical Republican who doesn't deserve to be in Congress because of her beliefs. Mental health is a major issue, which we don't stigmatize on this program. And Marjorie Taylor Greene does seem to need help. If a doctor determines so, medication as well. But we can't pretend this is only mental illness. And that's why every time we bring this up, and I'm sort of glad AOC did because it allows us the opportunity to talk about it. When we talk about, oh, this person is saying crazy things politically, they're mentally ill. It's not that simple. Marjorie Taylor Greene is different than Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney has views that I disagree with, but I've never seen an indication that Mitt Romney seems to be unwell in the way that Marjorie Taylor Greene is unwell. But that doesn't excuse the disgusting political beliefs either. We can't pretend it's only mental illness. It's also a radicalized, indoctrinated individual who's harassing a member of Congress regularly. If an employee at most companies did this to another employee, they would be fired, period. That's it. And the Republican Party is so sick, the voters, that is, that Marjorie Taylor Greene is fundraising off of these confrontations. So absolutely off the rails and unclear if there will be any consequences to that. We also learned that Marjorie Taylor Greene is involved in a tax fraud. Let's talk about that next. One of our sponsors, PureVPN, is giving you 47% off a 1-year plan, which comes out to less than $6 a month. PureVPN makes you anonymous online, and you can trust them. They're the only VPN with an always-on third-party audit, verifying that your internet activity is not being logged. PureVPN keeps you safe from hackers, prevents you from being spied on by your ISP, social media companies, government surveillance. It lets you stream shows and movies that aren't available in your country. PureVPN is super fast with over 6,500 servers, and you can use it on all of your devices with 10 devices logged in at the same time. You can try it for a week for just 99 cents, and you'll get 47% off a 1-year plan, which is less than $6 a month when you go to davidpakman.com/VPN. The link is under this video, and you'll even get an additional 10% off when you use the code Pakman.